Good day everyone and welcome back to the Minecraft AFL channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the Minecraft AFL channel, the only channel on YouTube where you can get free Minecraft AFL content. We are here today in the Gabba, once again. We have two teams here that are going to be facing off today. We have the Gold Coast Suns versus the St Kilda Saints. These two will be battling it out today in Brisbane. I don't know why I chose Brisbane out of all venues, but hey, nothing in the world makes sense, alright? Anyway, I think it's time to start the game and say, let's get to it! Okay, the game will begin in 3, 2, 1... And the game has officially begun. This is round 2, game 6 on the Minecraft AFL channel. We are here today in Brisbane. There's not really that many people here today. In fact, there's no one here. It's just these teams right here. But don't worry, there will be more people coming to our venues the further we progress into the series. Ball's gone out of bounds. So we're going to get the ball back into play. Both teams scrabbling for the ball now. Getting it onto the wing, more into the pocket now. Tried to get the ball back into the 50, but instead they're just fumbling around at this point. The ball goes out of bounds. They're in a pretty good spot right now, near the 50. Can they win the touch? No, instead they get the ball back out. Wait, that puts them in a pretty good spot. They're in the 50 now. They're inching closer and closer. Can they do something about it? They get it out of bounds, but they get it in a pretty good spot out of bounds. What can they do? Can they win the touch? Ooh. They're getting pretty close. Back into play now. The team don't win the touch and instead it gets intercepted. I don't know whose side this is. But yeah. We have 96 seconds remaining in the quarter. No team has scored yet. Ball goes out of bounds. Gotta get the ball back into play. Ooh, St Kilda. Wait, stop the clock. We're gonna do something real quick. The umpire is saying that the point does not count. So we will have to use the umpire. We'll have to use the video referee now. And we are going to look back at the footage and see if the point counts or not. So let's look at the footage and let's analyze. Looking back at the footage, after the ball goes out of bounds and back into play, one of the Wolves steps onto the point line. That again tricks the system into thinking that the Wolf has scored a point. Decision on the scoreboard has been met. Well, unfortunately, we will have to get rid of that 1 point for the Saints because they tricked the system into thinking that they scored a point. So instead, we will go out of bounds back into the play, and we will have to resume play. Alright, resume play in 3, 2, 1. Alright, play has been resumed. We have taken the point away from St Kilda. We only have just under a minute now until the siren will sound and we will go into the second quarter. Let's see if St Kilda can get another shot though. This time they can do it legit. Ball goes back into play now. St Kilda try to win the tap. Oh, they're inching their way closer. Oh, gets intercepted by the Suns. The Suns are playing like stars out there. Huh, get it? Stars, Suns. I'm sorry. The Suns getting the ball out of that 50 and onto the wing. They're doing pretty good ball control so far. Getting it back. Saints try to intercept, but it's not going to have enough time. As we only just have... wait for it. 5 seconds. And... quarter time here in the Gabba. Okay, quarter so far. St Kilda would have scored, but they did not because it did not count again. Okay, second quarter in 3, 2, 1. Alright, second quarter is underway now. Scores are still 3, or scores are still 0-all. Let's see what can they do. They're trying to get the ball over to the 50 now. Can they do something about it? Or will the Saints intercept? Looks like the Saints intercepted, I think. Yeah, they're getting the ball over to the side now. Onto the Toyota logo. Again, not sponsored. The Suns trying to intercept now. Looks like the Suns intercepted successfully, and now they're driving the ball deeper to their end. Can they keep it rolling though? No, it looks like the Saints trying to intercept. Did it work? The Suns are trying to get the ball back from the Saints. Scores are still 0-all, as we just have over 2 minutes now in the quarter. The Saints intercepting the ball, but can they get the ball back? Under 2 minutes now in the quarter. Looks like they try to get the ball out of bounds, which they successfully do. Get the ball back into play. Both teams scrambling for the ball now. The Saints getting the ball with a nice touch. Can the Suns intercept though? Or will the Suns keep driving it forward? They get the ball out of bounds. Come on. We have 83 seconds in the quarter remaining. Saints with a nice touch. Getting the ball right off the bat. But the Suns intercept. We only have 70 seconds in the quarter remaining. Getting it onto the Toyota logo. I'm not going to say it this time. Looks like the Suns are trying to get it. The Saints are trying desperately now to get a hold of the footy. Inching their way deeper and deeper now into the 50. They make it into the 50. Can they keep it in there long enough to possibly score a goal? Oh, it's going to be a close one. The Wolves assisting. Oh, it's a close one, but it's not going to be enough. It almost had the juice. Wait, they're trying to turn the ball back around and they're going for a second shot. The ball goes out of bounds. Gold Coast score a point. But wait, stop the clock. Apparently the goal umpire is saying that the point does not count yet again because the same thing happened again. So we are going to look back at the footage. Video referee, you know what to do. Looking back at the footage yet again, after the boundary throw-in, one of the Wolves again goes onto the line and tricks the system. Decision on the scoreboard has been met. So just like the Saints, we will have to get rid of that point from the Gold Coast Suns. So the scores are still 0-all. We will add 10 seconds onto the clock since there's only a couple of seconds left until the quarter will end. So we'll get the ball back out of bounds and we will resume play. Alright, resuming play. There's only a couple of seconds left in the quarter. Can they do something before the quarter will end? Ooh, did that count? I'm not too sure. I think we have to look back at the video referee. My goodness, I have to do so much editing today, don't I? Looking back at the footage yet again for the 4th time in a row, after the ball goes out of bounds and after the siren sounds, one of the Wolves steps onto the behind post, tricking the system, and then after that steps onto the goalpost line, tricking the system into giving them 7 points. If they keep doing this, the team will have to get hit with a disqualification. Alright, Suns, you heard the umpire. if this is your final warning, if you do one more stunt like that, then we will have to disqualify you from the game, meaning that the Saints win by default and you lose automatically. This is your final warning. But anyway, that was the end of that second quarter, so let's go into the third quarter. Okay, third quarter is beginning in 3, 2, 1. Alright, third quarter is officially underway. If Gold Coast do any trickery like that again for the last time, then they will get hit with a disqualification, meaning Saints win the game automatically by 10 points, even though they haven't scored anything yet. It's going to be an interesting game. We will either have someone winning today, or we will have our first ever disqualification on the Minecraft AFL channel. Looks like Saints are trying to get the ball ahead, but the Suns are playing pretty good. That is, if they're not cheating, that is. Getting some pretty good ball control. They're dribbling the ball onto the other side of the field. Almost in the 50. Oh, they get it in the 50 now. Can they keep it in there to score a point or a goal? Legitly. Oh, they're getting pretty close. They're trying to assist. It's a point. It was St. Kilda. The first legit point in the match. That means St. Kilda is winning so far by 1 measly point. But that can all change if the Suns score a point too and then they're tied. Or if they score a goal and then the Suns will be in front by 5 points. Or who knows? Maybe if Gold Coast do another stunt like that again, maybe they'll be hit with a disqualification, which means St. Kilda will have another 10 points. That's a new rule. If you get hit with a disqualification, the other team gets 10 points automatically, even though they haven't scored. Even if they haven't scored yet. And if they have scored, then we'll still add 10 points anyway. Yeah. And the other team will be hit with 0 points. It doesn't matter how many points they got, they will be hit automatically. Their points will all be deducted in the match that they got, and they'll just be hit with 0. Alright, the Suns getting it close into their 50. But the Saints are pretty strong out there, as we just have under a minute remaining in the quarter. Looks like Gold Coast are trying to turn the ball around from the Saints. And then they get the ball out of bounds. Weird strategy, but let's see if it pays off. Both teams scrambling for the ball now. I don't think it paid off for the Suns, as St. Kilda wins the touch. Getting it onto the other side now. The ball gets turned back around. St. Kilda is still in front by 1 point, by the way. The score is 1-0. We only have 18 seconds remaining in the quarter. Getting it onto the wing now. 10 seconds remaining until the quarter will end, and we will have to go into the fourth quarter. St. Kilda still in front. Let's see if they can hold it in the fourth quarter. That is 3-quarter time here today in the Gabba. Let's see if this will all change in the fourth and final quarter. Okay, fourth and final quarter. In 3, 2, 1. Alright, fourth and final quarter is officially underway. Both teams immediately getting the ball onto the wing. Oh, this is pretty good for this team. Immediately getting it into the 50. They're driving it deeper and deeper. They have really good ball control. They try to get the ball out of bounds. Oh, they're getting it pretty close. Oh, that was close. They almost tied the game, I think. What they do, however, is get the ball out of bounds. Ball's brought back into play now. Ball's immediately brought back out of bounds. Ball back into play now. Both teams doing that star formation. Driving it deeper and deeper now into the 50. Can they turn the ball around and possibly score a goal or a point? I don't think they're going to. Wait, never mind, hang on. This could be good for whoever this team is. Alright guys, remember, don't cheat again. Oh, this isn't looking too good for you. Who was it? It was St. Kilda. St. Kilda scored a point illegally because I saw that. Yeah, that is not looking too good for you, St. Kilda. But also, just to verify, we will have our video referee once again look at the footage and see if it was legal or not. You know what to do. After the ball up near the boundary line, once the ball has been hit by one of the Wolves, we can see that one of them runs onto the point line, giving them one more point. If they do something like this one more time, St. Kilda will get hit with a disqualification, meaning Suns will be winning automatically. Well, St. Kilda, just like the Suns, this is your final warning. Pull something like that one more time, and you will be hit with a disqualification, meaning that the Suns will win by default, and you will lose. So let's restart play again, and get the ball onto the boundary line for the 5th time in a row. Alright, resuming play in 3, 2, 1. Ball's brought back into play now. Let's see if St. Kilda can do something about it. The Suns are just going to bring the ball out. Can the Saints turn the ball around? They can get out of bounds. Ball's brought back into play now. Onto the pocket now. What can they do? Ooh. It's out of bounds yet again. There's 64 seconds remaining on the clock. It looks like Gold Coast's hope of winning now is if St. Kilda do something like that yet again, and then they get hit with disqualification. Or if not, the Saints will win the game by 2 points. We really have 40 seconds remaining in the quarter now. Looks like the Suns are trying to drive it in deep. Instead, they get the ball out of bounds. 27 seconds remaining on the clock now. Ooh. I think the Saints might win this one. It's a low-scoring game, but it's still enough for St. Kilda to just barely win. And that is game. St. Kilda have won by 2 points. That was a pretty good game today by St. Kilda. They almost got away with it, but they did not. It was quite a close one though. Well, this was a pretty crazy game today by the Saints, barely squeezing by, which means Suns, you have lost this game today. And the St. Kilda Saints barely squeezed by, facing the risk of disqualification. That was close, but you barely made it out alive, which is crazy. Well guys, this will do it for today's video. I will make another one soon, and I will see you guys in a bit. Bye.